You know, what's stressing this man out tonight is that you simply you didn't come through for the holidays. Somebody thought, you know how it can be when you haven't spoken with someone, the relationship went sour, things aren't what they could be, should be. Well, this masculine thought that you would have called him back. He thought that by now you would have, said something to him, and he figured, well, she'll probably wait for the holidays to come limping back in here. She'll probably wait for the holidays to try to figure out, hi, I thought you were going to call. Somebody sat by their phone patiently waiting for you to pick up that phone and let them know that they was what you was looking for. And baby, it didn't happen. And somebody is not taking this well. I'm just pulling randomly here because we're going to read these things in just a moment. Girl, this man he's trying to figure out what happened. He's trying to figure out why his phone didn't ring for the holiday. Somebody was sure that this is the day that you would, I guess you want to say, break down and go ahead and call him back. Seahorse, family matters. Hello. This man said, hey, Thanksgiving is all about the holiday. This is a family time. Anytime during the holiday season, for the people that may watch this later, anytime during the holiday season, this man said, oh, well, you know what? It's all good. This man been waiting for quite some time for Thanksgiving to roll around, because he's like, I know this is when she's going to send that text, or this is when she's going to admit that she actually does still want to be in relationship with me. Somebody has been waiting for that. He been banking on this time. The Fool, okay? The Fool card energy. This man really believed that. The Fool comes through as a teddy bear, as a toy. This man may be a little blind. Somebody might not realize that, but a lot of times he just be thinking some old goofy stuff. He just doesn't really think things through. The way everything went down, it's just, why would you be calling back? But he's coming to the realization at this point that the answer is here. Take heed is actually what's written on the card. He's coming to the realization at this point that maybe he has not really been that clear with himself about who you are, about how you are, about how you move around. This man was actually thinking that you guys would have spent today, Six of Wands energy, having makeup. You know what? He was thinking that that's what was going to happen today. You would call, he was going to play the role, he would invite you over, bada bang, bada boom. Okay, this is what he hoped was going to take place, that he was going to get the opportunity to just kind of be the person that got called back. This is somebody that kind of wants to reset the dynamic of the way that things were. He thought that you would come through, you would be apologetic, Nine of Wands energy here, and your goal would have been to soothe him, soothe his ego, soothe his thought process, admit that you should have never put him through whatever went down between y'all, to say, oh, I'm so sorry we haven't been speaking. I'm so sorry that, we lost this time together being at odds with one another. I shouldn't have said what I said. I've just been sitting back praying, working, being spiritual, trying to send you good vibes, hoping that we were going to get back together. It could have been as simple as you calling and kind of brightening up his energy, illuminating his energy, giving him back his glow, giving him back his shine, by simply sending a text message to put the lights back on him. Divine feminine energies, we have a lot of light to give, and we oftentimes, because most of the time, like I said in the last video, masculines really get a lot of their illumination from the feminine. A lot of times, feminine energies, maybe even feminine concepts, feminine spirits. Femininity offers illumination. Star energy, moon energy illuminates things a lot of times and kind of reflects back to the masculine who he is. That's what we see between the sun and the moon. The initial light energy comes from the sun, but the reflection comes from the moon. So a lot of times, we are the reflection and the illumination and the truth of what's going on with these masculines. And this man needed you to come back and give him back that energy. And he was thinking you would. It would come via apologetic, sweet, faithful, light energy, feminine text message. Hi, it's me. Okay? He was thinking that, but baby, not today. Not today. Not today. You didn't call back. You didn't text. I don't even think you thought about it, to be very honest with you. I think that you probably just enjoyed your turkey and dressing. I don't think you was really concerned about him one way or the other, but he was still thinking that you were an instrument that's very receptive to him. A goddess energy you are, and he thought that you would still be receptive to him. He's mistaking that for you. He knows your femininity, he knows your softness, okay? Literally on this card says, allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, your energy, your ability to give to others. You have very strong mothering energy, but you understand that you give to who you give to. You don't give to everybody. Everybody is not getting a seat at the table. He didn't understand this. Butterflies played in her hair. You had a fabulous day. You had a fabulous day. You might have a lot of people have like a lot of nieces, nephews, grandchildren, little sisters, little brothers. The kids came by. There were lots of kids around. You had a good time. You might have met somebody's new baby today. You had a ball. He was the furthest thing from your mind. And this left him feeling lost because he might have spent the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 weeks assuming that you were surely the call it's all good, because the holidays is when for a lot of people, especially when people are younger, y'all know how it is. A lot of times people fall for that, it's the holidays, I'm feeling warm, and they allow themselves to get back into toxic situations, poisonous situations based upon just being into a person. It's Christmas. And that's how a lot of people get sucked back into toxic situations. Don't let them holidays send you off, collective. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Because, see, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear you did nothing like that. Wigs out. Baby, this man out. This man has so many thoughts in his head now of you and what you are doing, what's going on with you. See, because I need you to understand something else as well. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation, that intuitive reading. That intuitive energy. Let me tell you something. Another thing you need to understand that's very important about this situation. This man is gaining a lot of respect for you as you have not called him, even though he actually thought you would have. He's gaining even that much more respect for you because he's wondering what you were doing. He's starting to see that you carry yourself with big queen energy. You the real deal. You're not calling back. You're not simping out because it's a holiday. You're not like that. You're not somebody that he's gonna be able to target and get to do certain things because you're male-centered and just will do anything to get a man. You over there choking on your turkey and can't enjoy yourself because he's not there. No, you went on with your life. You did what you were supposed to do. We have, how precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. Psalm 139:17. See, you know your value and you know your worth in God. And as long as you know your value and you know your worth, it's kind of like there's no room for you to be devalued by someone. There's no room for you to be put down by someone because you know who you are. You already walk in the room knowing that you're supposed to be loved. You're not asking a man to love you. You come in the room loved and expect him to fall in line. You understand where I'm going with that? It's a whole nother situation because you know who you are, what you are, how you are. You don't need anybody to validate who you are. That's just not the way you move around. We see dove medicine energy, okay? This is an energy for somebody that is free, for somebody that is proud, for somebody that knows, again, exactly who they are. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. You have that awareness of self. See, who you are intrinsically was not going to allow this masculine to get what he wanted off of you. He can't get victory off of you. He can't get you to do the whole local vibes. He wasn't going to be able to get you to sink down to just getting in base level colloquial energies. Okay, you weren't going to do any of that because you know who you are in the Most High, and you know who you are to yourself, to your family, to your friends. He just had the wrong one, to make a long story very short. You're not the one for it. So this masculine is sitting there now trying to figure out exactly what happened, exactly what went down, how it went down, and what he should be doing, or what could he be doing, or what did he do wrong. We're just going to pull some more so we can see what's tea. He's trying to figure out how it happened and who's responsible for it. But that's something he's going to have to contend with. because you doing you. Okay, we're gonna go on back to our book, y'all. Botanical Curses and Poisons, The Shadow Lives of Plants. Baby, this ain't even, I don't do no paid endorsements over here, but y'all know I will pick up a book and go on and get into her. So we're gonna do a little bibliomancy, see where this man was coming from. Y'all, what we got going on? Okay, we got the cuckoo pints. What's going on with you, girl? What kind of flower you is? The plant relies on flies to pollinate it, and so to distract them, the tiny cluster flowers that grew about the spadix spread the smell of rotting meat. What? The plant itself also heats the air around it to make it more appealing. It can increase the temperature surrounding it by up to 15 Celsius, a trait that has been noted in studies of the plant as far back as 1777. So as far back as you can remember, this masculine remembers being able to manipulate the feminine energy. He's been able to do it. But for those that he got involved with, they weren't quality. Did I hear something about rotten meat? I sure think I did. These weren't quality women. I don't even think their personal areas were very nice to look at. Baby, rotten meat. What are we talking about? He been out here with burning boxes and burning beds and everywhere but the burning bush, and with girls that can make it hot around themselves. So he's used to what's stank. I can't even make it no. He been out here dealing with these spadixes. Is that what they said it was, girl? The spadix spread the smell. Girl, them spadixes got him out here in a bad way. He's used to old nasty spadix. So he wasn't able to, girl. And then in autumn, the spadix grows clusters of bright red berries. You see what I'm saying? That sound like a social disease. Bright red on your spadix. That sound like a social disease to me, girl. Let me put that down. I'm gonna go on and put the link to this in here, girl, because you never know when you might need a botanical curse or a poison. Let me go ahead and put her down. Listen, that man has been out here with basically dealing with these ladies of the evening, and I'm not even hating on ladies of the evening, but the ones he was dealing with, they had that spadix. So we see, I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. Psalm 16:8. You have been very blessed and very protected, because this man has some nasty habits. This man has some nasty habits, and he's been dealing with them spadixes, them red berry spadix, rotten meats. He makes poor decisions when ain't nobody looking. Now I'm finna tell you right now, and you was out here in that Psalm 16:8, and you was blessed because you didn't have to cope with the mess that he was out here doing. This man is sitting here at night, tonight, trying to figure out. He can't believe his phone. He never got a text. He never got a DM. He never got a call. He just can't believe it. He surely thought today was gonna be the day that you came in with the hi. Hello, it's me. At sunset, this man started really thinking about it. Started to really kind of wonder where you were. Why hadn't you reached out? Around sunset, he thought he would have gotten something. On Thanksgiving, it's just like, on this holiday, he's wondering what's going on. Ace of Swords energy. The sword and the rose. Ace of Sword energy. Listen. This man is in an energy where he really is trying to figure out. He's desiring clarity. He's desiring truth. He's kind of like learning to respect you, but at the same time, he's not used to dealing with this level of detachment or better word, indifference. Where there's a woman that is, you're not being shady. It's not that you're trying to do anything to him. You don't really care. You're not thinking about him is what it is, girl. And it's a good thing because of the spadix and everything like that. He's not on your mind. He's not the conversation. He's not the topic. Money is the topic. This is what you talking about. You might have spent your Thanksgiving with your cousins talking about how we gonna get this bag. Let's talk about opening the beauty shop. Let's talk about putting that travel situation together and getting out of town and meeting with our constituents. You're having those types of conversations. He, to you at this point, he's in the Six of Cups. He's the past. He's a memory. He's like you. It's actually a situation where, to you, in your timeline, in your consciousness, in your way of experiencing yourself spiritually, you see him as like a past timeline because you've advanced. I don't care if you just haven't talked to him in 2 days. Spirit has advanced you and you're aware of it. You're on something else now. He's not what you're thinking about anymore. You're on something else. You've been praying. And your prayer life all throughout since this man has been knowing you has consistently been elevating you. So sitting in one space, being spiritually stagnant, emotionally stagnant, in stagnant relationships, that's not somewhere he was ever going to find you. But where he was hoping to find you today was in a Three of Swords. You would be in this broken heart energy, and he would be able to capitalize off of that. He would be able to feast on that because you were going to call back and you were going to I just want to get back cool with you. You know, flying monkeys energy. If you didn't call yourself, then there was going to be a call from somebody. There was going to be a call from a mutual friend. There was going to be a DM from a mutual friend. You were going to send someone ahead of you. You were going to send flying monkeys. Baby, the Divine Collective does not have flying monkeys. We don't do flying monkeys. We don't hang around with the type of people that would allow themselves to be possessed by somebody else's consciousness enough for them to become a flying monkey. We don't hang with monitoring spirits. We don't like them. We don't talk to them. We don't fellowship with them. So that was foolish of him to think that you would have a flying monkey. He doesn't understand how high up in the spiritual sphere you are. You would never have flying monkeys. He's a fool if I ever seen one. But he was thinking maybe you would send a flying monkey over there because that's how he lives his life. And maybe they would be the person to deliver the Thanksgiving sad message. You know, Shantae over there, she was just last Thursday. She was saying, remember that time that we all went downtown? Yeah, she was just talking about, when you gonna call her? She thinking about you. She probably gonna call. She had just said, I was just over there. We walked our dogs together. She had just said, oh, I need to call Manuel. She just was saying that to me. Yup, it was about 45 minutes ago. You're probably gonna get a call. This is what he thought was going to happen. This is what he was expecting to happen. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 118:29. First of all, he was not going to get that response from you, partly because the Lord has already put down, baby, the Most High has already put down barriers between you and him. Because like I said, what you didn't know is about that who was that? Was it the speaker? Who was it, girl? Who was it? The Spatics. You didn't know about that Spatics pass he got where he was out here with the rotten meats. He wasn't somebody that spiritually you wanted to be too entangled with in terms of like exchanging spiritual energy through intimacy. The Most High didn't want you tangled up in that. He need to get him a new Spatics. He tried it. The Hierophant energy, this man has been able to inspire devotion in women that has had them doing all types of stuff out here in these sheets. He's been able to inspire devotion in women and really use it for his own pleasure. He's been able to really be in some situations where he was chased, treated like and exalted like he was a king. Not for any divine masculine reason, for low class reasons that would only happen if he was out here in bed with these Spaticses. And that's what he's used to. That's what he knows how to do. You know, this man was not elevated. When we see knighthood on this card, we're talking about the real live knights, the knights that were part of the royal courts, the knights that were chivalrous, the knights that were going to throw I always say, throw their coat down over a puddle so a lady could walk over it. This is divine masculine energy. He had not arrived at that space, but he doesn't know that this man had a lot of vices when it came to the nightlife. Okay? He isn't the catch to you that he would think he is. All scripture is God breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness. 2 Timothy 3:16. You had too much righteous energy in you For you to, you don't, this isn't something you think about. You're not sitting around stressing about this. You just, it's not that. Uncompromising. Think about being fair and working in harmony with another person. This is what you're looking for. You didn't feel like you got that from him. You felt like he was a bit problematic, and it just was something that you look at as like, oh yeah, I did that for a minute. It doesn't mean anything more to you than that. This man was relying on your spiritual energy, though, thinking that that would be the reason you called. It's a day of thanks. It's a day of family coming together. Oh, I know she's a spiritual person. He thought you would do the right thing by calling him back and getting things back in order. That's what he thought. But we see this Rowan energy here on this card. And what is on this card? Isn't that red berries? So the truth of the matter is, this man probably spent a lot of his time over the last time since you haven't seen him with them little skunks. He's not quality. He doesn't carry himself well. He will let himself, whoever's going to give him the attention or the warmth, that's where he's going. So it can be any type of feminine energy. He isn't completely dedicated to being with energies that are going to improve him or better him. He allows himself to be in low company because he's low frequency himself. It was low frequency for him to sit around and spend his holiday expecting you to come groveling with him, when a divine masculine, a real masculine, would have simply picked up the phone and expressed himself and said, I really like what we had, and I don't know how you're feeling about me right now, but I really was hoping that we could have a conversation. Perhaps there's a time that I could come and see you, or there's something that I could do to assist you. Do you need my help today? Is there anything I can do? Maybe you don't want to talk about this today. Maybe you'll call me back. If you do, I hope so. Do you need me to do anything around the house? What's been going on? Well, if not, God bless you. He didn't assert himself. He didn't come in as a leader. He sat back like a little boy and waited for you to do something that he had in his mind. He projected his desire to be with you off onto you, instead of him doing what any real leader would do, which is pick up the phone and make something happen and express himself and take the risk and take the lead as a man. Take the risk and take the lead as a man to potentially, he could have got shot down, but he would have went for the romance that he desired because it's what he wanted. And that by itself would have at least been respectable, even if you didn't want it, because he would have been willing to stand up and stand tall in his devotion and say, you know what, I'm still devoted. I don't care how many months it's been or weeks. I'm still ready. I'm still ready to talk. I still want us to have a conversation. I still got feelings. I still got something on my mind. And I was willing to take a chance and just jump out here. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation on all of these cards, because this is just what I just said. I was willing to take the chance and come through and say, you know what, I'm still feeling you. And letting go, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out what are you doing today? Can I drive by there? Can I bring you? I need some flowers, some gravy or something over there. I can bring it. He didn't take the time to stand up, do the right thing, be in divine masculine energy and state his intentions, because he's not divine masculine. He's not in that energy, and he really doesn't have anything to contribute to the conversation. And that's why he didn't get a call, because energetically, you've been figured that out. If you have enjoyed this Divine Feminine Tarot Tea, please go ahead, do like, do share, do subscribe. Okay, do not be afraid to come through the building, girl. And when you do, please go ahead and hit that bell. So you can be here every single time. Me and the T team are off up in here, getting it in with all of these good old tarot messages, baby. Listen here. If you would like a personal reading from me, please go ahead and hit me up at dftarot@gmail.com. Okay, and also, if you would like to get a little light energy, enjoy it, manifest, enjoy a little light energy at my other channel, okay, Pretty Princess Promises and Prosperity Petitions Tarot. All we do over there is princess readings, princess treatments, jackpots, fortunes, babies, weddings, only good energy. We only come together to manifest over there. Really, it's more of manifestations. Pretty Princess Promises and Prosperity Petitions Manifestations might have been the more accurate way to describe that channel, because even though tarot is used, we are there to come together as a collective and manifest ascended energy. Please go over there and check her out as well. Okay, check out my other station, girl. Go ahead and give her a click, a little subscribe, because it's beautiful energy and beautiful women over there. And thank you to every T team member who did go ahead and become a prosperity princess on that channel as well. If you are still in the building, please do not be afraid to go ahead down to that little comment section and put a little smooth 24:56 in the comment section, because it was exactly 24 minutes and 56 seconds when I said what I said. Okay, and also if you would like to go ahead and make a little love offering to this channel, girl. We can get us a few more little flowers over here, girl. Go ahead and send a little flower cash over to DF Tarot T at Cash App or PayPal. And as always, I will catch y'all in the next one.